Hi everyone. I hope you're enjoying the winter wonderland outside today. Personally, I'm not a fan of snow or winter for that matter, but I guess we could not escape it this year living in the Northeast. Before I review the assignments for this week, I would like to take a moment to commend you for your wonderful work in the course, especially on the discussion board. Every week I look forward to reading your main posts and replies, learning about your interpretations of the readings, and getting a glimpse into your minds as we work together to understand the texts better. For instance, for discussion forum number 4, many of you realize that poets can use multiple poetic devices together in a single line, and others noted that poets can use the same device to create different themes and rich meanings in their various poems. Keep up your excellent work on the discussion board and your great work in the course. For this week, we'll take our critical reading and writing journey further, beginning our first formal writing assignment of the course, the literary analysis essay. First, be sure to review the essay's instructions in the Week 6 assignments folder. The instructions are split into 3 sections and include relevant links and supplementary materials to aid your writing of the essay. This essay is worth 100 points, and your final draft is due on March 17th. So the instructions are split into 3 sections. The first section is called Purpose. This section looks at the knowledge and skills that you will gain after writing this literary analysis. The second section of these instructions is called Task. This section outlines what you'll be doing for this essay. So for this assignment, you'll write a 2-page literary analysis, examining the ways in which one poet uses 2 poetic devices to convey the logos, or deeper meaning, of one poem. The thesis or main claim of your essay should answer the questions: what poetic devices will you analyze, and what logos or deeper meaning does the poet convey with the poetic devices? To complete the essay, you will follow these 12 steps below. And here is a detailed outline of what those steps are. So the first step asks you to choose one poem from the following reading list. And I also included the links to the poems here. The second step asks you to choose 2 poetic devices from the list of poetic devices attached here. Then steps 3 through 12 outline the various assignments that will be due to help you complete this assignment, which is due on March 17th. The third section is called Criteria for Success. This section is split into 4 parts. The first part deals with the criteria. Writing an effective literary analysis involves the consideration of several criteria, and the criteria are included in a rubric here, which I will use when reviewing your essays. Then we have part 2 of this section called Learning and Implementing the Criteria. In your asynchronous online work during weeks 6 and 7, you'll learn about the purpose of a literary analysis, its structure and organization, including the key ingredients of the thesis, rhetorical devices, meal paragraph formula, and conventions or rules of the genre. When learning about the conventions, special attention will be paid to the MLA format. And here we have included links to various supplementary readings on the MLA format and the MLA format guidelines. Part 3 looks at extra guidance for success, focusing on the CTAS virtual visit. So we will have a virtual visit to the Center for Tutoring and Academic Services on March 8th from 1 to 2 p.m. If you cannot attend this virtual class visit to CTAS, please notify me immediately and we'll discuss alternatives. There will be 2 alternative dates if you can't make it on March 8th from 1 to 2 p.m. These alternative dates will be March 9th from 3 to 4 p.m. or March 10th from 1 to 2 p.m. And I'll review this again at the end of the video. Also included in Extra Guidance for Success Part 3 are links to the Writing Center at CTAS. There's also a sample literary analysis essay included here as well. Part 4 of the instructions reviews the late submissions and revisions. Late submissions of the final draft will be accepted up until 2 weeks past the due date, and will be subjected to a late penalty. For each week the essay is past due, a 5% grade deduction will be applied. If you experience technical difficulties while submitting your final draft to a link called Turnitin, email me immediately, including a copy of your final draft as a Word or Google Doc attachment. If you are struggling with the assignment, let me know before the revision deadlines or the final draft's due date, and we'll work together to ensure a successful completion of the essay. If you are unhappy with your final grade, you may revise your essay for a new grade within 1 week after the essay has been returned to you. And if you want to submit a revision, email me as soon as possible so we may discuss your next steps. If you have any questions about the essay or any concerns about it, you can email me. You can post your questions in the class questions forum, or you may stop by this Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. during the virtual office hour. Next, we have quiz number 5. After viewing the videos, the essay, which reviews what a literary analysis essay actually is, the introduction, which reviews how to write the introduction of a literary analysis, and the meal paragraph, which reviews how you can organize your body paragraphs of a literary analysis essay, then you'll respond to these 5 following questions, which will be due by the end of the day on March 1st. So all of these assignments will actually prepare you for writing this literary analysis essay. Next, we have activity 5, feedback practice. Constructive criticism is essential for writers. Effective feedback guides writers during the revision process, encouraging them to focus on critical issues of content and structure. Because many of us may struggle with providing effective feedback to our peers, we'll first practice with the sample introductory paragraph. So that for this activity, you'll follow these 3 steps: watching a video, then reviewing a document, and then reading the sample introductory paragraph from a peer who is not in our class. Then after reading this paragraph, you'll provide feedback responding to these 5 questions. So this activity is due by the end of the day on March 1st. Then lastly, you'll participate in discussion forum number 5. After viewing the videos on composing a literary analysis, submitting quiz 5 and activity 5, and viewing the sample student essay attached here, write your introduction to the literary analysis essay and share it in this forum. Before replying to your peer, be sure to complete activity 5, feedback practice. Then for this discussion board forum, provide critical feedback to one of your peers' introductory paragraphs. Try to choose a peer who does not have any peer feedback. And in your reply, respond to these 5 questions. So post your introductory paragraph by the end of the day on March 2nd, and your feedback to one peer's introduction by the end of the day on March 3rd. And of course, we have 2 extra credit options. Extra credit option number 1 focuses on comma splices. So you'll review the document called Comma Splices, and then you'll fix the following 5 sample sentences. And this extra credit option is due by the end of the day on March 3rd. Extra credit option number 2 looks at sentence boundary errors called fragments. And you'll follow these steps and answer 5 questions to complete this extra credit option, which is also due by the end of the day on March 3rd. So again, I'd like to point out that next week we will work with tutors in CTAS during a virtual tutoring session on March 8th from 1 to 2 p.m. If you cannot attend this session, there will be 2 alternatives, one on March 9th from 3 to 4 p.m. and one on March 10th from 1 to 2 p.m. Be sure to make any necessary arrangements to attend at least one of these mandatory virtual sessions. If you have any questions or concerns about the essay, again, you may post them in the class questions forum, or you may email me. And of course, stop by my virtual office hour this Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and be sure to stay warm and dry. Bye for now.